Alright everybody, hello and welcome back. We've got Leviathan up against Men of Pauses right here on Doom TV 2 on Hitbox. I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Ruptur for game number 2, and Ruptur, that first game was quite the stomp. Why do I feel like I'm hearing the music like 3 times right now?
The music like 3 times?
Yeah, like the Dota music.
I don't think so. Well, I mean, it's not from my end, I think. Because,
Okay, it's something bugged with the game. I'm just gonna relaunch the game. Sorry about that, guys. I was very confused.
Because I don't even play the music of Dota anymore. I'm like doing my own jam and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, again, today's Ruptur's metal recommendation. Metallica. The old school days, oldies but goldies. Anyway, yeah, it was a really, how can I say this? It wasn't like a total destruction.
It was 16-1.
Yeah, but I mean, it didn't felt like, you know, you were watching like rape literally happen. You know, it's like they were just picking them up, just getting one kill after another, and then just backing off, taking their sweet time. It was methodical. That's what I'm trying to say, right? So. Yeah. I mean, it didn't felt like they totally got annihilated. I mean, they did on the score, but it did felt that maybe the engagement were a little bit closer than they looked. They just had a better advantage, and I mean, it's like when you gank someone and you know you successfully make like a full team wipe, but every single one of your heroes is like on 30 hit points. Kind of felt like that, you know. It's like we won, not by much. I mean, it was just because we had like more items and more stuff than you. Of course, I mean they snowballed hard. I'm not gonna dispute that, but it wasn't like one of those like, oh my god, I'm totally diving. I mean, like a storm spirit diving the fountain behind tier 3s, you know.
I guess so. I still thought it was very one-sided.
Yeah, it was one-sided, but it was like the tame version of one. It was like.
Yeah.
I kill you then, I kill you go, I'll be just back in a couple minutes and then kill you again, you know, it's like more of a drawn out stomp, you know. Just like, no, we're not gonna risk anything. You know, we're not gonna overextend. I would say that's that's another way that you can look at that. So Leviathan didn't actually overextend at all, so it didn't look as messy as it actually was on the score, you know. There was like, okay, maybe Menopause manages to get like a really good trade, they might be able to climb back up, and it was like, nah, we're not gonna give it not even that chance, you know. It's like they just played it safe but concisely on the side of Leviathan. So even though by doing so Menopause looked a little bit better than, you know, the results actually showed up anyway, but yeah, I can totally say that it was really lopsided. And Leviathan now going with the sunken Elder Titan, I would say, and oh my god, if you have been watching this tournament, you know that this guy can do some serious work with that stapler wielding horned thingy-majig.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's definitely possible for him to do a lot of work there. Jakiro, though, will come out for Menopause, so a very, I'd say even item-independent lineup that relies a lot on nukes, but a squishy team in a way. I mean, Ogre, Magi, and Jakiro are tanky for supports. Ogre's really tanky, but compared to heroes like Brewmaster and Elder Titan, they're not quite that tanky. Wouldn't you say, Ruptur?
I mean, the thing with Ogre Magi is like, it is tanky like on level 1, but its progression, stats-wise, is not so great, pretty much. That's what I would pretty much delay to. On the other side, the Titan is actually kind of, I mean, amongst tanky heroes, is kind of the opposite. You know, like he starts decently as a tanky hero, but as the match draws on, he starts to really come into shape, and his stats scores are pretty good. Rubik is gonna be a nice addition here, just because there are a lot of good spells to steal. Not besides ultimates, just good spells in general. You know, even an ice bath is something useful.
The only downside is, though, that if you steal Ogre Magi spells, you can't multicast. So
They're still pretty darn good spells, especially if he manages to still really early Ignite level 4.
They're okay to me, but not great.
Of course,
still.
man. Of course, multicast makes everything better, dude. It's like, oh, Laguna Blade multicast.
Yeah.
You know, that would be amazing. You know, like
Please no.
That would be like a multicast Waiting Rift. You know, everything is just way better with multicast, but it doesn't mean that the spell itself is bad. You know, it's just that it looks way better on Ogre Magi because, you know, well, it's Ogre Magi and has multicast, and screw you, pretty much. But
yeah.
I mean, Rubik has plenty of good things to steal. Sukuchi, time lapse, the swarm is criminally underrated, by the way, as a skill. Is really, really good. You know, an illusory orb even. I mean, a Rubik just blinking in and out of the team fights, man, with an illusory orb. It's gonna be a freaking pain in the ass.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, the Ignite is pretty good. Stealing Bloodlust into a Wraith King? Are you kidding me? What? I mean, that's some crazy mumbo jumbo going there, man.
I'm honestly kind of surprised though that they picked the Weaver into the Rubik, most importantly, because Rubik not only counters Weaver with the spell steal, and if Rubik can get his hands on Shikuchi, that's just going to be insane. But also, he's got an instant stun with Lift, and that's one thing that's very good against Weaver. It's the reason Weaver builds Lincolns. And
I actually question that, to be honest. You're right. I'm like, I mean, you see the Leviathan lineup, and they do have a good amount of control, really good amount of control. So, Weaver is usually one pick that you want to use actually in the opposite side, when you are the one having a lot of control, and the enemy enemy lineup is rather squishy but very mobile, maybe. So actually, I would have loved to see a Weaver on the side of Leviathan, to be honest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not feeling the Weaver pick. Ember is alright. It's nice, even though the other Titan is gonna mess him up pretty good. He's gonna mess him up pretty good because Ember Spirit doesn't really have anything to bolster his armor or, you know, resistances in general, because he's pretty much relying on damage, and that's about it. But he does have Flame Guard. Still, I mean, the other Titan is gonna mess him up a little bit here and there. Let's see. Puck is gonna have a hard time as well. You know, there's so many stuns. It's gonna be nasty. I feel like, yeah, the Puck and Weaver picks particularly don't ring to me as well. I mean, okay, Puck it's a little bit more of a toss-up, but the Weaver, I don't dig it at all, man. I don't dig it at all, especially as a fourth pick.
Yeah. It's
I mean, Ember is gonna do okay, but again, if he gets focused down by any chance, the other side is just gonna destroy him, because bye-bye most of your shield and really a couple spells because of the reduction into magic resistance. So the 400 shield that you're gonna have is literally 400 and maybe less. Oh, the Flame Guard, sorry, the 500.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're just gonna melt. And afterwards, it's like, well, you don't have any armor, so allow me to introduce you to Mr. Stapley. He is red, and he's gonna tie you into the ground, son. Ouch. That's all I can say for Ember. But as long as that doesn't happen, it should be alright. He's very mobile. But again, I mean, Weaver, you're serious, son? I mean, do you have any ace up your sleeve? I mean, maybe
Pudge.
they do have something that I'm not seeing here, but I don't know. How about you, Revo?
Leviathan, give Pudge. I know it's not the best situation. I just want to see it, and no, we're gonna see Jenkins on the Legion, which is, I mean, an exciting character to watch, nonetheless. I just feel like Leviathan have outdrafted Metaphausis at the moment.
Yeah, I totally see it. I mean, if Jenkins is able to jump the Weaver, well, you're pretty much dead.
Yeah.
I mean, just jump the Weaver and then just drop the stapler gun on her. It just shouldn't be too hard to kill it.
Yeah, really shouldn't. And yeah, you can hear Leviathan, I think that's them, laughing about the lineup, I'm assuming. Good luck, have fun's coming out, though. Let's go ahead and introduce our teams. We got Menopause's JJ the Jet will be on the bottom lane. Ember Spirit. Scapegoat will be mid this time on the puck. Up top, we're going to have the Dota 2 Sheriff, pistol whipping everyone he can get his eyes and hands and ogre heads on, as the Ogre Magi, of course. Moo will be on your Weaver, and Sleeping Joey will be on the Jakiro. Take it away, Rupture.
Alright, for the side of the guys of the huge sea monster, the 9 Tentacle Surprise, as Mason would say, we're gonna have Jenkins Dota, the Lonely One, going off lane with the Legion Commander already planning a really forward and also, you know, like trying to block the camp here and there. Middle lane, we're gonna have the Shimmy Master with the Brewmaster. Yeah, you see what I did there. And we're gonna have Shredder with the Wraith King. Try to pull a fast one onto the Menopause's guys, you know, with that rune, but not gonna happen. Not gonna transcend. On the top lane, we're gonna have Sunken with his signature as the Titan at this stage, because I was totally blown away by this guy. And New Sean with the Rubik with the little hoodie, just checking that everything should go according to plan on this top lane.
Yeah, should be a pretty interesting game, albeit a little bit one-sided in my opinion. Honestly, I've got to hand it to Leviathan. They've got a very strong draft right now. I mean, you've got Rubik Lift into Elder Titan Stomp into Shredder, shred them apart, and then win game. And there, Dota 2 Sheriff. There you go, Rubik Lift. Elder Titan Astral Spirit doing a lot of extra damage there. He'll actually be able to reach around Jakiro to secure first blood there. I guess you could say he gave the Dota 2 Sheriff the old reach around, but he really didn't. This is not the kind of reach around that anyone would like to receive.
Not with a staple gun. That's
yeah. Or a briefcase, whichever you believe it is. Yeah, you don't want to get...
Briefcase, that's another one that... You could say it's a corporate move. Kappa.
Yeah. You definitely could. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Shibby actually losing lane to Puck at the moment. Puck will actually see that Drunken Haze faked out and going to go ahead and phase shift. Although it wasn't even really used. Moo now going to get hit up on the top lane, and they've picked up some Sentry Wards. Ogre Magi does trade for the Rubik. And they're both going to get stomped up by Sunken here. They throw out an Ice Pass to cancel his Clarity. And another right click as well. But the Sentry Wards are already out on this lane. Little Dungus, the rare ward from Nusham Dota. I am not 100% sure why it's called that, but okay. And Sunken, you can see, he's just being aggressive as can be. Just like, hey, look, I'm on 40 HP. If you can just hit me once, you kill me. But you can't.
Because I'm all the way here.
Yeah, and now he'll be backing off, headed back to basement. 2-for-1 trade. Menopause's not starting off the strongest. Jenkins, though, getting jumped on bot lane. Searing Chains already came out. Does have a press the attack up so that he can rather press the defense there, but...
She does lift, man. She does a lot of bench presses, a lot of pressing here and there. She might be really good folding clothes. She might be really good folding clothes and stuff, man. I'm just saying, you know, or like, you know, doing like what's the name here?
Yard work.
Well, that's yeah, that too. But I was thinking about what the hell is like printing press, you know, like
yeah.
I was trying to reach to that, but I just blacked out too much, so it's not funny anymore.
That Jack Daniels will do stuff to you guys.
Yeah, that's Jack Daniels talking. Well, the need for it, at least. But I think the reason why they call Little Dungus is because it's a little bat, and of course, if you know a little bit about bats, is like they do tend to do a lot of crapping around.
I guess so. I don't know much of anything about bats, to be honest.
Yeah, we as Costa Ricans, we do have to learn about this stuff because, I mean, they're kind of next door. Actually, they're gonna get moved.
Oh.
And nice stomp coming from Sunken again. This guy, man.
I mean, it's looking about like it started off the first game. There was a first blood that goes over to the Leviathan. Then Menopause has managed to grab 1 kill but lose somebody in the process. And then it starts just snowballing out of control for Leviathan. We've already got a 1,000 gold advantage, about a 7,500 or a 750 XP advantage, not a 7,500 this early. 7,500 XP advantage in 4 minutes. Yes, totally legit, totally natural. You know, only about 1,000 XP more a minute. The entire enemy team sitting in the fountain, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, at least Jenkins is farming rather well. So, he's doing alright. The Brewmaster is doing okay, even though Scapegoat is... Oh wait, no. I got my team mixed out. Never mind. So actually the upside would be that Scapegoat is doing rather nice. And the Ember is alrightish, but yeah, actually another point for Leviathan is like Jenkins is actually on top of the last hitting, and you know the Brewmaster is doing pretty well with the denies. So yeah, I mean Leviathan having a good foothold, but at the same time there are a couple of guys on Menopause that might actually be able to pull some magic here and there, and actually one that is not gonna pull some magic is gonna be Sleeping Joey, just getting Rubik down.
And you see Moo has come down here and he's just like, well, I guess I can farm the jungle. You guys have fun, I'm out, peace. I guess he is. My question is, he's not even stacking here, he's just trying to farm jungle with 2 points in Shikuchi and 1 in Geminate attack. I mean, Weaver's versatile, sure, but he...
Not that versatile.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I just have to watch this for a second to see how long he's actually going to keep it up.
If I was... Oh, wait, and they already have the small camp block, so...
Oh, no.
Yeah.
In fact, they might have already seen him. And just said, hey, if he's going to do that, that's fine.
Well,
JJ going to get dueled up by Jenkins here. There will be a stun and a Searing Chains coming out to secure it. No win for either side on the duel here. And Jenkins actually getting hit by the coil there. And Jakiro able to take down the Legion Commander. That's a second kill for Menopauses. Further along than they got last game, but...
I mean, it looks a little bit more manageable for Menopauses, but it's still Leviathan just pulling ahead, pretty much.
Yeah.
Even though Jenkins died, it's like, well, he's sitting on 30 and 11. He's rather okay as long as he did bought off.
Yeah.
It does look like he did.
He got his treads off that, as well as a soul ring that he's already picked up. I think he's doing just fine, to be honest. He's got another duel coming up in just a few seconds here, and should be able to do it. Good old Horsehead Legion Commander there.
Yeah, I really don't like that set.
I think it looks really dumb, yeah. The Arcane is nice.
The Valkyrie one that he has, at least the wings, looks pretty nice.
Yeah, but the Horsehead is like, wait, what?
Yeah. It's like because of that, you know, the stupid horse year, the Chinese stuff going on.
New Bloom Festival, yeah.
Yeah, but it was like the horse, the year of the horse in the Chinese calendar, so that's the reason why horse and not dragon or something cool.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I just.
I mean, horses can be cool.
Yeah,
but it's
I just
rare.
had bad experiences with horses. That's all. That's just me, just, you know, being a little bit of a prick. But yeah, horses can be cool, especially when they're on sitcoms. But anyway,
Wilbur.
I mean, I'm talking about, like, I was going more about there is a really old sitcom from the US. It was like on the 50s, which is black and white, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
It was really funny. I dig that.
That's what I'm talking about here.
Yeah. But yeah.
It's kind of odd for me because my dad is Mr. Ed, so like back when I was little with sports teams, they would always like he'd have them call him Mr. Ed instead of like Coach Ed for some reason because that's helpful. And I can't shake the image of my dad with a horse head somehow.
Oh man, that is kind of awesome actually. Now that you put it like that, that is kind of awesome, to be honest. But
anyways, back into the game now that we've rambled on about everything.
Horsed around.
It's a bit of, yeah, we've been horsing around a bit, if you will. It's a bit of a passive game at the moment, though. Up top, though, we're going to see the Dota 2 Sheriff dragged back, put in the town jail, you could say, as a sentry goes down from Sunken, and Moo's hopes are also going down via Sunken, as Shredder will take him down for a double kill, as well as the Ogre Magi at 6-2. Leviathan looking good. They will bring down Scapegoat, or Shredder, excuse me, but he'll get right back up as Scapegoat. Takes him down with the orb. He's looking for a coil. He'll actually get it off on 2. Yep, but the coil's stolen from Rubik. He does get silenced down. He won't get it off. JJ gonna take him down with an activated fire remnant there. And actually, Searing Chain's coming out. The troll just came out of his camp there to say, hey, what's going on, guys? And has been killed now. Rip in Pepperino.
Now, see, this is when what I was praising about Leviathan in the previous game didn't came to pass. They started overextending a little bit. However, they have been playing more aggressively, so at the same time, they kind of looked a little bit better in the fact that they're executing more, with more malice and just being more aggressive. That's the only word I can conjure up.
JJ, though, getting a good Searing Chains off on 2. Shibby coming in with the crits. Can't find another just yet. He'll actually get Searing Chains up, but he'll turn into 3, and he won't even care about that. Meanwhile, Searing Chains stolen by Rubik. He's not going to get the chance. Actually, he will pop him off. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the Ember Spirit, but Brewmaster's Brewlings able to help find the Ember and take him down there. Rubik and Brew both finding a kill. Scapegoat now in a bit of trouble. He will get hit by that Searing Chains. Can't phase shift out of that one. And now a double kill for Nusham as multicast come out from the Dota 2 Sheriff. But I
have to question why did he got that remnant and never used it.
I don't think he could, honestly.
Oh, he didn't have the mana?
I mean, even if you do use it here, you know Shibby's got a blink. You're just buying time for yourself, and I don't believe at that point he had the TP. He may have, but I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I think he didn't have the TP now that I think about it. Because that's all... I was questioning that hardly because I assumed that he had a TP. But if he didn't, nice then. Corrected then. But,
no, if he had a point-in slide of this, would this be happening any differently, you think? Actually, as Jenkins is dueling him out on the bot lane, won't get the win off, won't even get to follow up with much damage as he does get Searing Chains. Puck coming through here, he'll jaunt forward, actually get a coil off on 2 as Shibby and Jenkins are caught in that. They're both silenced up. Jenkins presses the attack to purge that coil off. They'll bring down the Ember Spirit in the end. Jenkins trying to survive here. Will get grazed by that orb and almost taken down, but there's not quite enough. He throws out an overwhelming odds. And everything is overwhelming here for Puck as Nusham is now dominating. This Rubik is 5-2-6. 11 of 12 kills he's helped out in.
Them chains are doing a lot of freaking work, man.
Yeah.
Now, offensively speaking, Leviathan are looking way better than the last game. But at the same time, they're giving up a little bit more of an opening, because of overextensions. But at this, I mean... They seem to be more looking for blood here, and I mean, I cannot really blame them. They still having a really hold, just iron grip into the game here and there. I mean, without some slip-ups, and actually dual one in the middle lane for Mr. Jenkins here, not feeling so alone anymore, except that he actually killed his partner. But yeah, well, that's a dead bug if I ever saw one.
Yeah, it is not looking good for Men of Pauses. At all, to be honest. I don't really see an easy way they're going to get out of this. I'm not seeing a comeback. Yeah, let's take a quick look at the net worth graph as I
was thinking about individual ones just to soften the blow a little bit.
Yeah, Puck is the highest farmed on the Radiant team, but he's lower than the Rubik. And then Elder Titan's the lowest farmed on the Dire team. He's higher than the Ember Spirit.
Exactly.
This is not a great situation if you're on Menopause's team right now. Menopause's, they did do better than, wait, who was it that dropped out for CMB?
I think it was another NA team. Let me double check that for you.
Yeah, I'm trying to see, because they did finish ahead of them in the group stage. Oh,
Yeah.
it was Ints. It was Ints.
Oh, Insta.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, actually.
And JJ gonna get caught out right now. A stomp coming out from Sunken. And Jenkins now, not even a contest, as he takes down JJ the Jet. Now, I'm pretty sure the TSA would have something to say about that.
Well, I mean, oh god, it's getting nasty. Now this is a little bit more like a stumper, you know. It's just the execution is just getting a little bit crispier on the side of Leviathan, and now they feel on their element, I would say. I mean,
definitely. And Ember just getting up phase boots and a piece of his drum at 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the Wraith King on the enemy team is sitting on treads, a Midas, and 1800 in the bank. I mean, Shredder really living up to his name at this point.
let's see here. I want to check. Elder Titan sitting on 1300. Is there anything on the courier line?
I'm telling you, something about tonight, the yawns are coming at the worst time. Jenkins, though, able to take down Puck. Very sorry about that, guys. That will secure his blade mail as well as 500 extra in the bank. I mean, they haven't taken that many towers, but I don't see a real comeback for Men of Pauseless unless they can land, like, I guess in this case, the $3K coil.
I would say that they don't even need to land coils. They just need to, you know, pick people up.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they need to do. However, it's really hard when they're already out farming everyone else in your team. So, I mean, look at this. Now the other Titan is on the 5th place. Everyone on the Dire team is out farming the Radiant.
And Weaver is sitting on part of a drum, an Aquila, and a magic wand. No boots, no sign of a Lincoln's, and this team doesn't have any problem buying detection at this point. I mean, I think Ogre has more farm than Weaver does. Okay, maybe not quite, but he's getting there. It's pretty sad, and Jenkins is gonna find Weaver. Where was that? Bot lane?
You said yield, man.
The horse with the 110th victory. And of course, every time I change lanes, a kill happens in another lane.
Blame Zunkin, man. He's just too good
and
on
GG.
the zero, man.
Men of Pauses are going to be eliminated. And I gotta say, I was not as all impressed with Leviathan in the group stage, but now they're doing it. Teal is Usurper.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
So GG for real.
Okay.
Usurper.
Nusham, it's context for Cav.
Oh.
32 minutes to win 2 matches. Yeah, that's another 16-minute victory. And congratulations to Leviathan. I mean, dang, I can't believe that that match went by that fast. I mean, I've still got 2 hours before I'm going to be going to bed. Like,
yeah. No, but hey, on the upside, man, is like, well, it really shows what Leviathan are made of, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, when we have a good day in the guts of USC server don't screw on us, we are pretty much one of the strongest NA teams on the whole tournament. And I mean, I'm not even gonna contest that. I mean,
they're right up there with complexity.
Just showed solid, strong, pretty well coordinated, methodical play.
Yep, their next match.
Game 1. Game 2, they kind of went a little bit overboard, but even then, they were like, yeah, every single one of our heroes actually is just farming better than you know. And that's I feel something that some teams do. Really few teams actually have. You know, like they're able to spread the gold equally on a better way than most other teams. You know, because what happens usually on several Dota matches is like, okay, all the farm goes to the hard carry and maybe the mid laner. And afterwards it's like, well, what happens if either of them dies? Well, we're pretty much screwed. Instead of on Leviathan, it's like, yeah, we're going to allocate some farm into the Elder Titan. We're going to get some farm into the Rubik, even though marginal, but still, Legion Commander was farming rather well. The Brewmaster was doing his own thing, you know, 3-0-6, having a lot of assists.
Snowball out of control. And That's going to be
They
the end
snowballed
here
as
for them.
5. That's the
Yeah.
point I'm trying to get across.
Yep. Anyways, they'll be taking out Men of Pauses, who will be ejected from the tournament. Tomorrow night, though, we've got a big night of Dota. It'll kick off with Root vs. Pain at 16 CDT. And then I believe we're going to be covering either Rebeldes versus Not Today or Wheel vs. E-Hug. I don't actually know which one of those we will be covering for sure, guys.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, I haven't
If one of them
told you
gets on
because
the
I'm not
lounge,
sure.
I'm going to say let's do that one because, more viewers, they're going to want to
Which
see
one?
that. If one of them gets on the lounge somehow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if there is one listed, which about now would be a good timing to check for that, or maybe later in a couple hours.
I'm hoping, yeah.
But if any of those get into lounge, we're gonna probably cast it. Personally, I feel like the Not Today match will be nice, but at the same time, I know that the Spanish guys are gonna be all over that.
Yeah, I feel like maybe the Spanish guys will take Not Today, and we'll take Wheel versus E-Hug. Because Wheel versus E-Hug, that's going to be a pretty good match. Both of those teams look very strong. They've kind of set in the back for a little bit, but now they're really starting to come alive. Or we could say, really starting to come alive. Anyways, guys, I'm SP Revolution 5, joined by Ruptur. Be sure to tune in tomorrow night for more Dota 2 action. You can find us at SP Revolution 5 and at Ruptur with a 3 instead of an E on Twitter. And we're going to call it a good night for now.
Yeah, and also, guys, remember Ruptur's metal advice of the day. Listen to some Metallica, dude. Some old Metallica. And also, shout out to our sponsors, which you kind of overlooked a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Hitbug, Dota 2 Best YOLO, esportsbet.com, earn real monies, and Dota 2 Daily, which are the guys who actually covers with the stats thingamajig going on there. So,
Yep.
also shout out to Latin American casters because we're bringing the coverage of this tournament, and that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I think that's mostly it.
All right.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.
Good night.